Praise your holy name, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shaka Krakadash. Praise your holy name. And it is better for the end of something than the beginning. Yes, yes, yes. The ending is way better than the beginning. So the Federal Reserve presents a warning 18 months rolling permanent lockdown. So that's what the Federal Reserve is presenting, much longer than a few weeks. The point of no return. When things start to affect the so-called white people, they start to investigate like never before. Yes, this is affecting them like never before. So now they investigating, and they didn't found out. They say President Trump, excuse me, President Trump no longer has the seal. When he speaks, the seal of the United States, of America, and that's very important to these Americans, So they said, oh, he has the seal no more, when he speaks. So they saying that he done sold out. He done sold America, and America ain't America no more. And Indians, they little they agreement that they had for their land, well, now that's broken. They done sent, letter to the chief and tell them, this is not your land no more. We finna come over and do what we do, So things is at the point of no return. Okay, and the so-called our black woman mind state is that I'm so special, you should die for me. But I really don't care what happens to you, but you should die to protect me, give your life, your everything for me. That's how the so-called black woman mind state is, that the so-called black man should die for her, to protect her, to keep her safe. After she became our enemy, turned her back against us, and slept with Esau, and now she wants, us to, die for her. Ain't that something? Woo, we gonna get to these precepts though. First Chronicles 12, 22, 12, and 13. Only Yahweh by Yahweh Shai gives thee wisdom and understanding, and give thee charge concerning Israel, that thou mayest keep the laws of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, thy power. So we should, keep the laws, as the best in our ability behind enemy lines. Then shalt thou prosper if you take it heed to fulfill the statutes and judgments which Yahweh by Yahweh Shai charged Moses with concerning Israel. Be strong and of good courage, dread not, nor be dismayed. So, we're not to dread not, fear not. Fear not, little flock, or be dismayed. First Chronicles 28 and 20. And David said unto Solomon his son, be strong and of good courage, and do it. Fear not, nor be dismayed, for Yahweh by Yahweh Shai your power, even my power, will be with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee, until thou hast finished all the work for the servants of the house of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. So he's not going to fail or forsake us, we're going to finish, the servants, until thou hast finished all the works for the servants, the service of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, and we got work to do, whether you know it or not, what I'm saying? Our work is to endure to the end, and keep, laying these lessons until the internet is cut off, to encourage our brothers, to uplift our brothers in this time. Not to shoot shots and, throw daggers at each other. Psalms 23, 1 through 6. And Yahweh by Yahweh Shai is my shepherd, I shall not want. He make me to lie down in green pastures. He laid me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff shall comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Yahweh by Yahweh Shai forever. So we should dwell with him, and the scriptures speak for itself. So we looked up evil. Evil mean bad, so when it says fear no evil, so we should fear no bad, fear no vicious, fear no wicked, fear no Esau, fear no harm, cruel, crime, misfortune, fear none of that. Disease, mortal badness, ugly, an evil child, sin, fear no wickedness, fear no injury, mortal or physically, So we should not fear none of them things. Fear not, little flock, and with a little flock, that's what we are. We're the little flock. So he told us to fear not, little flock. Psalms 27 and 1. The Yahweh by Yahweh Shai is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is my strength of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? So, Yahweh by Yahweh Shai is our strength and our life. Whom shall you be afraid? When you got that type of, entity behind you, who should you be afraid of? Psalms 56 and 3. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. So what time are you afraid? I will trust in thee. Feel a little fright, feel a little afraid. Trust in the Most High. Call on the Most High. Yesterday I was like, I'm feeling a little weak. I got on my knees, I'm feeling a little weak. Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, you said you my strong tower, So I'm calling upon my strong tower to help me through this. So you gotta call on your strong tower when you feel weak. And that's Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. Psalms 118 and 6. The Yahweh by Yahweh Shai is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me? So we looked up man, a human being, So we're not going to fear what a human being can do to us. A person, male or female, We're not going to fear a brave man, a hero, a servant, a vessel or adult male, So what can they do to us when we got Yahweh by Yahweh Shai on our side? Proverbs 29:25. The fear of man bringeth a snare, and whosoever putteth his trust in Yahweh by Yahweh Shai shall be safe. So a snare, so when he said the fear of man bringeth a snare, so a fear of a man bring a trap, something by which one is entangled, involved in difficulties, or impaled. Anything served to entrap or entangle unawares, a trap, to catch or involved by trickery or wild. So, we're not to fear men, because that's a snare into us, I don't fear no man, you know what I'm saying? What can you do to me? You help me get to the spirit, man, to get to the spirit world. You ain't doing nothing but helping me, partner, if you kill me. Thank you. I appreciate that, because I'm tired of this evil and gross world. Isaiah 60:20. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for Yahweh by Yahweh Shai shall be thy everlasting light, and the day of thy mourning shall be ended. So we looked at mourning, and mourning is a feeling of expression of sorrow, sadness, or grief. So we're not going to have, sadness or grief, regret, complaints, acts of lamenting, to remember. So we're not going to even remember. Sorrowfully, be careful, be anxious about. Matthew 10:29-31. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs of your head are numbered. Fear ye not, therefore ye are of more value than many sparrows. And the sparrow in those days was a 1/16 of a day's wage. That was, a sparrow was worth something. So you're more valuable than many sparrows. So fear not, Luke 1:79. To give light to them that sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. So, we sitting in the darkness to give light to them that sit in the darkness. So they sitting in darkness, we got the light. This is the light. And in the shadow of death, to give our feet into the ways of peace. So we looked up peace. Peace means happiness. So when they're sitting in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the ways of peace, to give light unto them that sit in darkness and the shadow of death, and to guide our feet unto our ways of peace. So peace means happiness, safety, welfare, prosperity, freedom from civil disorder. So while civil disorder is going around, and it's going to go around, it's coming, we're going to be free from civil disorder, because to guide our feet into the ways of peace, our feet going to be guided in the ways of peace. While civil disorder and all mayhem is breaking out over the land. John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So don't let your heart be troubled or be afraid of these upcoming events or what we're going through right now. So we looked up afraid, impressed with fear, fearful, frightened, disturbed, fright, to worry, concern, trouble, disturb, to take out of peace. So he said, neither let it be afraid. So don't be worried, don't be concerned, don't be troubled, don't be taken out of peace, don't be disturbed, don't be fearful, don't be frightened. Peace I give unto you. My peace, his peace, not our peace. But he said, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world give it. You know, the world, they peace is war. It's bullshit. When they say peace, war is in their mind. Give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled. So don't be troubled, brother. John 14:15. John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. So if you love the Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, keep their commandments. Romans 8:15. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear. So we received the spirit of bondage again to fear. So we have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby ye cry, Abba, Father. So we looked up bondage. So slave, you know, and if you want to believe it, if you don't want to believe it or not, we're slaves down here, you know. Tenant farmers, householders, dwell, prepared, you know. So, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage. So this bondage is anything that binded, fasted, or confined. And we are confined, you know, in our households right now. Restraining. We're restrained, you know, our unity force, an agreement, or covenant to put in bond. And we're put in bond down here. Unfree. We're unfree down here. You know. So, for ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear. So even though we slaves down here, we're confined, you know, we're unfree, we still need not to fear. You know, because he ain't give us the spirit of fear. But we got the spirit of bondage because we are bondage. We're behind enemy lines. Philippines 4:7. And peace of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and mind through Yahweh Shai. So we looked up that word peace. Freedom for civil disorder. Silence. So, and the peace of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, which passeth all understanding, shall keep you. So this peace is going to keep us safety, prosperity, quiet, sense of peace of mind. So while everybody else is going through some bullshit or going crazy, we gonna have a sense of a peace of mind. You know, the people gonna be wondering why he ain't bugging out or why he ain't going crazy. What's wrong with him? Why he so calm? Because we gonna have a peace of mind. Treaty of peace, absent of war, happiness, you know. Through all Jacob's trouble, we still gonna have a peace of mind while we see other people bug out and go crazy. 1 John 4:18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love ceases out fear, because fear has torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. So we looked up torment, and that's inflict of torture. Also a state of great suffering, pain and distress, anguish, suffering, distress. You know, so we're not we're not to have, you know, that fear in us. You know, fear nothing. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casted out fear, because fear has tormented him. You know. And you're gonna have a whole bunch of incidents when people gonna be, you know, think they got you cornered and talking tough, you know, and you're gonna be calm, you know, showing no fear, and they gonna be alarmed by that, you know, like, you know, why he, you know, we gangsters, we thugs, and he ain't even acting like he's scared, you know. Because we going to be calm. We going to have a peace of mind. We ain't going to fear nobody. We ain't going to fear no man. Even though y'all 6 or 7 deep in front of us, or in front of one of us, talking and acting a fool, drunk, high, you know. We still looking at you with a peace of mind, knowing if it go down, we're going to have to jump into action. 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of Yahweh by Yahweh Shah, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So we looked up grievous, heavy. So his commandments are not heavy, or large, or weighty, or hard, or difficult, or turmoil. Some. So his commandments, you know, are not grievous unto us. And if you got the love of the Most High in you, well, this is the love of Yahweh by Yahweh Shah, that we keep his commandments. You know, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep his commandments, and we're not to fear not, little flock, you know. So don't fear no man, you know, big or tall, buff or small, you know. Don't fear them, you know, guns or knives, you know. No fear. I'll give you a small testimony of what happened to me when I was around 15 or 16. I was on 111th and Osage selling drugs, and there was this guy named New Orleans, and he came and he had a gun, you know, and he smoked drugs while I was selling, you know, and he was a little envious of me because he never had too much drugs to smoke, you know, but he saw me selling a gang of drugs. And you know, one time in the middle of the night, he came with a 38 special and hit me across the head a few times and robbed me, you know, at nighttime, you know. I was like, woo, you know, I was upset at that, you know. So I went and called, I didn't call him, I ran into a few of my partners, and we came back with a 12-gauge shotgun, you know. And then we was looking for St. Louis. His name, it wasn't New Orleans, it was St. Louis. Like, what's St. Louis at? What's St. Louis? and he was gone, you know. But that ain't to say that I didn't fear, but come to find out the next day that St. Louis robbed me with an empty gun. He didn't have no bullets in the gun. He hit me across the head and I feared the gun. Like, ooh, you know, he might shoot me with it, you know. And that taught me a valuable lesson, you know, like don't even be scared of no gun now, you know. And that's what come to me, you know. Somebody will try to pump fear in you with an empty weapon. They don't got no bullets in it or nothing, and they trying to scare you, you know. So that boy, you know, when I was 15, you know, he robbed me with an empty gun. Hit me all on top of my head with the gun, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't fight back because he had the gun. But now, you know, since I'm older and I'm wiser, you know what I'm saying, you gonna have to prove to me something, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna just be doing anything. You can hit me across the head no more, you know. And I always remember that you know, people, you know, that they'll come with some bullshit, you know. They ain't all the way ready, but they want to pump that fear in you, you know. So fear not, little flock. And with that, we're going to give all praises to Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Shalom, brothers.